TIAA is on a mission. Why? Because 54% of Black Americans don't have enough savings to retire. So in collaboration with big-name artists like Wyclef Jean, TIAA released Paper Right, new music inspiring a new financial future. With 100% of streaming sales going to a nonprofit that teaches students how to invest. Stream Paper Right now and help close the gap.
This episode is brought to you by Pepsi Wild Cherry. Pepsi Wild Cherry is bursting with delicious cherry flavor and a sweet, crisp taste that gives you more to go wild for. Getting wild may look different these days, but whether it's opting for a solo Friday binge watch or a big night out, everyone can indulge in their wild side with Pepsi Wild Cherry. Also available in Zero Sugar. So grab a Pepsi Wild Cherry and get wild.
This is Optimal Relationships Daily, episode 2054, Misbehaving Children, 5 Simple Ways to Help Your Sore Loser, by Adina Soclof of ParentingSimply.com. Hello, everybody, and happy Friday. Time for another parenting episode of ORD, hosted and narrated by me, Greg Audino. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining today as I bring to you another article from Adina Soclof over at Parenting Simply. We always love her content, and this time it focuses on how to help your kids change their mindset after losing a game, a competition of some kind, or the like. So let's dive right in and start optimizing your life. Misbehaving Children, 5 Simple Ways to Help Your Sore Loser, by Adina Soclof of ParentingSimply.com. Dear Adina, I have a question regarding my child. He is a sore loser. He's part of a chess club and keeps losing and wants to give up all the time. We try to gently push him and encourage him to stay with it. Chess club is not the only thing he has given up on. I don't know how to deal with this type of behavior. Any suggestions? Thanks for your question. Here are some ways to encourage your child in his extracurricular activities and promote good sportsmanship. Number 1. Children should be encouraged to try many activities. I heard a well-known psychologist state the following piece of wisdom that changed my attitude towards my kids quitting karate, guitar, piano, drawing, baseball, etc. She said that it is not a bad thing for your child to lose interest in activities. Trying new things out is what childhood is for and should be encouraged. We can say, "You didn't care for baseball. That's too bad. I'm glad you tried it." It's always important to try new things. Most children have a hard time sticking to one activity for any length of time. The kids that can are truly talented. They can and do become superstars. Us regular people with regular kids need to be okay with the fact that our kids won't be in the NBA playoffs or on Broadway. If that gets you down, or if you feel like you are doing your child a disservice, just look at the arrogance of LeBron James. We are a little bitter here in Cleveland about him. And the imprudence of Britney Spears and Lindsay Lohan. Number 2, look at your child's natural talents. Sometimes as parents, we don't think about what our children are good at, but what is socially acceptable and cool. American culture highly values team sports for both girls and boys, drama and music. Again, I had to get over that with my own child and recognize the beauty of having a bookworm. Does your son have a logical, mathematic mind? Is chess helping him cultivate his innate strength? If not, maybe it is time to look for something else. Number 3, help your child get real about his innate strengths. Is your son trying to become someone who he is not? That's fine. It's part of the growing up process. Children like to try on different identities. You want to encourage him by saying things like, "I'm glad you are trying different things and seeing what you like and don't like. That's what childhood is for." Using language like that may take the pressure off of him needing to win all the time. It can help put his extracurricular activities into perspective. Engaging in clubs, team sports, and other activities is supposed to be fun, helping you to develop social networks and skills you wouldn't ordinarily have the chance to develop. It is a sad adult who doesn't have a good sense of what his true abilities are and hasn't had a chance to experiment and learn what he can specifically and uniquely contribute to society. Number 4, take the focus off of winning and onto effort expended. To help him move his focus from winning, we want to avoid using evaluative praise, like good job, or superlatives, you are the greatest, or you are the smartest. This type of encouragement is painful and counterproductive for children. I discuss this in depth in my Parenting Simply workshop. You want to use process praise. Your son needs to be praised for his effort and for trying. This will encourage him to try more, not just with chess, but with everything he does. Process praise sounds like this. I see that you cleaned your bookshelves and made your bed. You are working towards getting your room cleaned. You are making an effort, even if the rest of his room is a disaster. This homework assignment is really frustrating you. Even though you are not looking forward to doing it, you have your book open and your pencils ready to go. You are putting in the effort. You saw the math problem and you sensed you were going to have trouble with it. You asked the teacher for some help. That was being resourceful. When you played chess today, I saw you thinking about your moves very carefully. You did the best that you could and had an interesting strategy. You should be proud of the effort you showed in today's game. And number 5, concentrate on what he does on a regular basis. Instead of pointing out all the things he won't follow through on, focus on the stuff he does stick to, like going to school every day, finishing books, doing homework, finishing school projects, going to visit his grandma every week, or keeping up his friendships. Nothing out of the ordinary, just the simple things that he does that shows he has staying power. As for him being a sore loser, anytime you want to improve your kid's behavior in one area, for example, from sore loser to good sport, you want to do the following. A. Acknowledge his feelings and gently remind him of his accomplishments. It's hard to lose. It can make people feel very small. Sometimes it helps to think of the times you felt good about yourself. Remember when you helped Dad raking the leaves when his back hurt? And the time you helped Grandma find her hearing aid? I don't know if it helps to think about those things or to hear this from your mom, but you will always be a winner in my book. B. Look for opportunities to show him a new picture of himself. After your soccer game, I saw you give high fives to the players of the other team. That's not easy to do when the other team has won. You showed good sportsmanship. C. Put child in situations where they can see themselves differently. You have to help Mikey. He has such a hard time when he loses his baseball games. You should see if you can talk to him and let him know that it is not all about winning, but about having fun. And D. Let your child overhear you say something positive about them. You should have seen Alex today. He was playing chess and making some very good moves. If you know about chess, you can elaborate on what he actually did. In the end, he lost, but he kept himself together and showed good sportsmanship. He didn't let anyone know he was upset until he got into the car. You just listened to the post titled, Misbehaving Children, 5 Simple Ways to Help Your Sore Loser, by Adina Soclof of ParentingSimply.com, and be sure to hang around for my commentary right after this.
Introducing Royal Caribbean's newest ship, Icon of the Seas, the ultimate family vacation. The ultimate 6 slides, 8 neighborhoods, 0 compromise vacation. The ultimate never done that, can't wait to do it vacation. The ultimate chillin' by a different pool every day of the week vacation. This is the Icon of Vacations. Icon of the Seas, arriving in 2024. Book today. Come seek the Royal Caribbean. Ships Registry, Bahamas.
Now, there's a lot of talk about New Year's resolutions right now, and most of them revolve around either a healthier lifestyle or freeing up some time for ourselves. Why not both? Get started on your resolutions with Factor, so you're ready for the new year. Factor's ready-to-eat meal delivery takes the stress out of meal planning and sets you up for success in the new year. Skip the grocery stores, prep work, and cooking fatigue. Instead, get chef-crafted, dietitian-approved meals delivered right to your door. With over 35 meals to choose from per week, including options like keto, calorie smart, vegan and veggie, and more, plus over 55 weekly add-ons, you'll have a ton of nutritious and flavorful options to kickstart your resolutions. And what I really like is that when things get hectic, Factor is flexible. Change your order up every week with plans from 4 to 18 meals per week, or pause or reschedule your deliveries anytime. So head to factormeals.com/optimal50, that's optimal50, and use code optimal50 to get 50% off. That's code optimal50 at factormeals.com /optimal50 to get 50% off. And thank you so very much to Adina for this great post today. A lot of good ideas put forth by her to tend to these children in question. But at the same time, I would encourage you all to not overlook how far this approach will go in helping your children grow into a healthy adult. So it's not just about childhood benefits. As she said, so much adult frustration comes from not having tried different things and feeling a bit directionless as a result of that. But what else? Well, I think following Adina's advice today would also lead to adults who are in touch with and confident enough to embrace their strengths. I also think your child would be more likely to grow into an adult who has good work ethic, right? As opposed to someone who rests on their laurels. And perhaps most importantly, it's so great to teach kids the value of sacrifice from a young age. When we're pursuing any goal, we must first ask ourselves what the toughest parts will be. If we're willing to embrace those, and maybe even choosing our path based on the answers to these questions. Getting kids into a rhythm of doing that offers a different perspective on hard work, and thereby changes their relationship to winning and losing. So, a lot to think about after this read. I invite you all to go do so now, since we are done for the day. Thank you again to Adina for her work, and thanks to all of you for showing up and making this episode possible. Enjoy your Friday, and be sure to come back over the weekend for more ORD, where your optimal life awaits.